Hello, my name is Edward Limpney, and I'm very excited. Why, you may ask? Is it the Christmas season? Well, of course it is, but it's much more than that. This is a Christmas unlike any other for me, because I am in love. Yes, after years of being so painfully shy that I found myself utterly unable to give expression to my deepest, most tender feelings. I have found the most loving, charming young woman, Miss Emily Wilbraham. Oh, such a jewel, such a rare, precious gem of a lady. I am completely enthralled by her. And yet I still find it difficult to convey the true scope of my devotion to her. But now at Christmas, I have a plan. I will spare no expense. I will shower her with gifts that will say what my lips have been unable to utter. I will make this Christmas one that my Emily will never forget. And now, let the deluge of my passion begin. On the first day of Christmas, my true love got from me a partridge in a pear tree.
My dearest darling, that partridge in that lovely pear tree. What an enchanting, romantic, poetic present. Bless you and thank you. Your deeply loving Emily.
She loves it. She loves the partridge. And wasn't the pear tree a clever idea? Oh, this is going to be such fun. Wait till she sees what's next. On the second day of Christmas, my true love got from me 2 turtle doves.
My dearest, darling Edward, the 2 turtle doves arrived this morning and are cooing away in the pear tree as I write. I'm so touched and grateful, with undying love, as always, Emily.
I knew it. I knew it. What romantic woman could possibly resist a pair of cooing turtle doves? Certainly not my dearest Emily. But this is only the beginning. There is so much more to come. On the third day of Christmas, my true love got from me 3 French hens.
My darling Edward, you do think of the most original presents. Whoever thought of sending anybody 3 French hens? Do they really come all the way from France? It's a pity we have no chicken coop, but I expect we'll find something. Thank you anyway. They're lovely. Your loving, Emily.
Yes, indeed. Whoever thought of sending 3 French hens? I did, Emily. I did. And yes, they did come all the way from France. At least that's what I was told down at the poultry farm where I bought them. But I wonder, did she discern the symbolism? French, the language of love. and hens, the symbol of what? Egg laying? Road crossing? Colonels from Kentucky? I don't really know. But they are birds, and I know she loves birds. She told me that once, and I remembered. So, on the 4th day of Christmas, my true love got from me 4 calling birds.
Dearest Edward, what a surprise! 4 calling birds arrived this morning. They are very sweet, even if they do call rather loudly. They make telephoning quite impossible, but I expect they'll calm down when they get used to their new home. Anyway, I'm very grateful. Of course I am. Love from Emily.
Well, of course, they are calling birds. What else would one expect them to do but call? Can she have possibly forgotten that day that she told me how much she delighted in hearing bird song in the freshness of the morning? Now she will never have to endure a moment of silence as long as those birds live. and I have been told that their longevity is simply amazing. But now, all has been going so well. Do I dare break the pattern and send her something other than birds? After all, I know she loves her little feathered friends. She's never told me how she feels about rings. It's a risky move, fraught with possible dangers. But they say, faint heart never won fair maiden. I will chance it. On the 5th day of Christmas, my true love got from me 5 golden rings.
Dearest Edward, the postman has just delivered the most beautiful gold rings, 1 for each finger, and all fitting perfectly. A really lovely present. Lovelier in a way than birds, which do take rather a lot of looking after. The 4 that arrived yesterday are still making a terrible row, and I'm afraid none of us got much sleep last night. Mummy says she wants to use the rings to wring their necks. She's only joking, I think, though I know what she means. But I love the rings. Bless you. Love, Emily.
It worked! What a relief. But I think it's time to return to something safer, something more in line with what I know to be her tastes. How fortunate that the poultryman who sold me those French hens had a special sale on for half a dozen female geese. Dear Emily's bound to appreciate them. After all, if she doesn't like the eggs, I've heard that geese make excellent watchdogs. Or I suppose you could call them watchbirds. Anyway, I can't imagine her being anything but thrilled with this gift. On the 6th day of Christmas, my true love got from me 6 geese a-laying.
Dear Edward, whatever I expected to find when I opened the front door this morning, it certainly wasn't 6 sulking great geese laying eggs all over the doorstep. Frankly, I rather hoped you had stopped sending me birds. We have no room for them, and they have already ruined the croquet lawn. I know you meant well, but let's call a halt, shall we? Love, Emily.
Oh dear. Apparently, geese are not among the birds that Emily favors. I wonder why. Could it be all the egg-laying? Well, she can't object to swans, can she? They're mute swans, so they won't make any noise, and they're all males, so they won't be doing any egg-laying. In fact, all they seem to do is swim. On the 7th day of Christmas, my true love got from me 7 swans swimming.
Edward, I thought I said no more birds. But this morning I woke up to find no less than 7 swans all paddling around in our tiny goldfish pond. I'd rather not think of what has happened to the goldfish. The whole house seems to be full of birds, to say nothing of what they leave behind them. Please, please stop. Your Emily.
Well, I seem to have missed the mark with those swans somehow. Maybe Emily is right. Perhaps I have overdone the bird theme just a bit. I suppose I'll have to return all the peacocks and parrots and puffins and penguins to the zoo. And I'm afraid that the ostriches will have to go back to Kenya. Oh, pity. They would have made such a stunning spectacle for the grand finale. So, if we can't have any more birds, what can we have? Perhaps something domestic, even a bit rustic, a reminder of the simple things that make life meaningful and satisfying. Yes, that's it. On the 8th day of Christmas, my true love got from me 8 maids milking.
Frankly, I think I prefer the birds. What do you expect me to do with 8 milkmaids and their cows? Is this some sort of joke? If so, I'm afraid I do not find it very amusing. Emily.
All right. Domestic and rustic are not appreciated. Well then, how about something festive and frolicsome? That might lift dear Emily's spirits and remind her of what a joyful season we're celebrating. On the 9th day of Christmas, my true love got from me 9 ladies dancing.
Look here, Edward. This has gone far enough. You say you're sending me 9 ladies dancing. All I can say is that judging from the way they dance, they are certainly not ladies. The village just isn't accustomed to seeing a regiment of shameless hussies with almost nothing on but their lipstick cavorting around the green. And it's Mummy and I who get blamed. If you value our friendship, which I do less and less, kindly stop this ridiculous behavior at once. Emily.
Dear me, are we having our first quarrel? How romantic. But I must think what to do next. Now, Emily seems to feel that the dancing ladies are not quite the thing, perhaps a bit vulgar. Well, clearly we need something completely different. I've got it. Instead of ladies, we'll have gentlemen. And not mere gentlemen, but peers of the realm, barons and baronets, counts and viscounts, maybe even an earl or two. But what could they do? Nobles are not often great dancers. Maybe we'll just have them jump about a bit. On the 10th day of Christmas, my true love got from me 10 lords a-leaping.
As I write this letter, 10 disgusting old men are cavorting all over what used to be the garden, before your geese and swans and cows got at it. And several of these lords, I notice, are taking inexcusable liberties with the milkmaids. Meanwhile, the neighbors are trying to have us evicted. I shall never speak to you again. Emily.
Disgusting old men? My darling, these are the very flower of English nobility. Oh, my dearest Emily, can it be that some of the lustre of our first love is beginning to fade away? I know not how I have unwittingly offended you, but I swear, by all that is true and good, that I shall make it up to you somehow. Perhaps some spirited folk music will drive away the dark clouds of depression that seem to have dampened the weather of your heart. On the 11th day of Christmas, my true love got from me 11 pipers piping.
This is the last straw. You know I detest bagpipes. The place has now become something between a menagerie and a madhouse. And now a man from the council has just declared it unfit for habitation. At least Mummy has been spared this last outrage. They took her away yesterday afternoon in an ambulance. I hope you're satisfied.
Alas! How could I have forgotten that you did indeed once express an antipathy to the bagpipes? I can only plead that my mind has been so distraught by the apparent waning of your affection, temporary, I'm sure, my dearest, that some small details of our past conversations have simply slipped my mind. But now we have come to the 12th day. Surely all is not lost. Behold, I send you a small ensemble of musicians who will convey to you in a symbolic yet highly audible way the inexorable, incessant, primitive, savage, throbbing, pounding, pulsing, deafening beating of my poor tortured heart for you, my dearest love. On the 12th day of Christmas, my true love got from me 12 drummers drumming. What's this? From Crimpkins, Standish and Bosch. Solicitors. Sir, our client, Miss Emily Wilbraham, instructs me to inform you that with the arrival on her premises at 7:30 this morning of the entire percussion section of the Liverpool Philharmonic Orchestra, yes, they were there and they were right on time, and several of their friends. Oh, it's getting better and better. She has no course left open to her but to seek an immediate restraining order pursuant to a permanent injunction to prevent you from importuning her further. I am also making arrangements for the return of much assorted livestock. I am, sir, yours faithfully, Reginald Quincy Crimpkins, Solicitor at Law. Oh. Well, I did promise her a Christmas she would never forget.